We're going to defeat APAC. We're going to help elect Kat Abughazaleh. We're going to tell the truth about the things they've been lying about. I've got a smudge on my nose. We're going to tell the truth about the war, Trump's war crimes. Trump's been doing nothing but war crimes, and they keep getting worse. And it's not like he's going to stop. He said it himself. The only restraint upon his war crimes is going to be his own conscience, so he has none. He keeps doing the war crimes. There has to be an external restraint upon Trump's war crimes. Should be our Congress, Senate, something like that. So Congress, we need Kat Abughazaleh, but we also just can just talk about it. Like just get the truth out there. Netanyahu team seems really dead. Like um like Putin has gotten one of his puppets kidnapped, Maduro. He's gotten his Ayatollah puppet or partner killed, and now he's probably gotten his Netanyahu puppet killed. When is it Putin's turn? When is it Trump's turn? Like, when is it Modi's turn? Like, shouldn't any of them be thinking about when it's going to be their turn? Oh, I'm always back. Somebody said, "Oh, you're back." I'm always back. Listen, we're defeating APAC today. APAC is a headless zombie. It doesn't matter that it doesn't have a head because it's never thinking anyway. But they probably killed Netanyahu. We're just going to do this, like, informative thing because people aren't ready for the. We need to get more people in here to tell them about Kat Abughazaleh. So thank you for your comments, Caligula's horse. Thanks for your reactions. Hello, my name is Ben. Thank you for your comments and reactions. It's not politics, really. At this point, I'm focusing on peace. I'm like, let's end this war. Let's stop this war criminal. And we do need to do it with Kat Abughazaleh. But right now, I just want to point out that Netanyahu's probably dead. That Iran's the innocent party in this. Iran is the victim in this, and the one, the underdog as well, and the one that rightfully will have. Thank you. I have more art over there. The one that will rightfully have um, the win, the victory. Martyrs always beat tyrants. Tyrants are too stupid to realize this and keep making martyrs, but martyrs always beat tyrants. And we're going to win. We're going to help all the good people and be on the side of all the martyrs and all the good spirits in the world to destroy the fascists. Right now, we can be on the side of Kat Abughazaleh, who I think looks like that. And she's poised to win the Democratic primary. But she just needs a little bit of help from good people who are willing to comment on her content. That's all we can do right now is comment on, share her content to other platforms. So I encourage everyone to do that. That's kind of all I've been doing for the last couple of days is doing lives about this. It's a little bit boring, which is why I want to go ahead and report to people Netanyahu's probably dead. Trump should be being removed really soon. So all the terrible things that keep happening for Netanyahu, who's probably dead, and Trump, who's probably going to be removed really soon, all that stuff is a waste and terrible and just worse than a waste. It's terrible for all sorts of reasons. But it's a waste because we're going to undo it. Why don't we go ahead and start undoing it today? And one of the ways we start undoing it is by electing Kat Abughazaleh. So, one of the ways we end up doing it is by calling it out. If Netanyahu's dead, he's dead. The people who've been trying to hide that fact from you, are straining their abilities to lie. Because once it gets proven that this isn't true, that he's dead, then, they all look like idiots. So they all look like tools. Kat Abughazaleh, did you go to Kat Abughazaleh's page? Thank you. Then this is working, right? It's working. Sorry. This is working because you went to Kat Abughazaleh's page. Listen, guys, there's practical things you can do, like listening to my instructions. There's magical things we can do, like engaging in reality in a higher fashion, recognizing that Jesus is the opposite of Trump, the Antichrist. Recognizing that Jesus is from the goddess, that the goddess is good. Chris Kent says, Trump is insane. This is going to get bad, real bad. It's already very bad. They've already killed thousands of people in Iran. I mean, the very first day when they killed hundreds of schoolgirls and their teachers, you know, that was an opportunity for Americans to find some sort of conscience. You know, a lot of us have had a conscience, but for the whole country to find that conscience, for the people that need the conscience the worst to find it, no, they failed. Now, they've probably killed Netanyahu, but look at all these platforms and all this machinery trying to keep you from realizing that they've killed Netanyahu. Look at all this bullshit, you know? And who all's guilty of it? YouTube, and YouTube is certainly guilty of it. These other platforms and media outlets are certainly guilty of it. There's some channels and some sources of information that are suggesting, you know, they did kill Netanyahu, that have like at least entertained the idea enough that they're not guilty in that way. Oh, and Joel Phoenix, I was always worried about the curses. Still no curse. Who was I cursing, Joel Phoenix? I was cursing you, but I was cursing Trump and Putin. And do you remember who I used to be cursing? When I used to curse you and I cursed Trump and Putin, you're trying to claim the curses don't work. But I would always curse you. And whenever I cursed you, I never failed to curse Trump and Putin. And do you remember the third one? Can you type it in chat? Let's see if you can type it in chat. Trump. Who would I curse whenever I cursed you? You were here for probably hundreds of curses, right? And who would I curse when I cursed you? I cursed Trump and Putin. And do you remember who the third one was? Can anybody guess who I cursed when I cursed Trump and Putin? And who did I curse? Who was the third one? Me, you dope. You're missing the point. You said it was to me and my wife. Oh, my grandma. No, dude. I'll have sex with your wife. That's fine. You know, I'll have sex with your imaginary wife right after this live. Okay, but listen. Who did I curse? Trump and Putin and Netanyahu. Okay? I got tired of you being stupid and not being able to respond. Netanyahu. Which one of those doesn't need any more curses? Which one of those is beyond curses? Which one do you think will be next? So when you're sitting here gloating that my curses don't work, maybe check the targets of the curses before you speak up. Did you get a trophy, Zach? No, you said Ronald McDonald. Anyway, so Netanyahu's probably dead, right? No, dude, I never curse anybody without cursing Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through you. You don't matter. You're a vessel who's carried Putin propaganda into the live, into the world. So you're a vessel which carries my curse back to Trump and Putin and Netanyahu. And I've told you that every time. I'll probably have to change it because Netanyahu is most likely no longer with us. Who thinks Netanyahu's alive? This guy says, Bob Tochees says, Burrell thinks Netanyahu is dead. People who spend their entire lives trolling are the ones who are like, oh, let me diminish the idea that Netanyahu was dead. Is that what they told you on Pakistan state media? I mean, it is what they're talking about on media from around the world. Ukraine. Judas isn't the real Jesus. Judas points to the real Jesus because Jesus set Judas aside outside of Christianity to come back at this time and replace Christianity. Christianity, which has led to the Antichrist, Trump. So you replace Christianity with the Church of Judas, and all the people who can reverse their devotion to the Antichrist and do the opposite, which is to revere Jesus. Thank you. Netanyahu's probably dead. You guys put a 1 in the chat if you think Netanyahu's dead. Put a 2 in the chat if you think Netanyahu's alive. Put a 3 in the chat if you think Netanyahu, you don't know. Kila Blacks? Who's Kila Blacks? Even if it's true that dude is dead, how big does your ego have to be to take credit? Dude, it's you helped. You were the tool. You were the tool who helped accomplish it. I told you you'd be useful. I told you I'd make even trolls useful. Thanks. Thanks for helping them kill Netanyahu, if that's what happened. Ah, what a day. The funny thing about it is you might not be able to celebrate people being dead, but you can celebrate people thinking people are dead because you don't even know that they're dead. Because they've taken such efforts to make sure that no one knows they're dead. They didn't count the fingers. Hello, the FBI files repeat from snowy Sweden. The Jeff BI files. I call you guys the Jeff BI. If it turns out he's alive, maybe my curse didn't work. The thing is, why do they have to keep it secret that he's dead? Kat Abughazaleh's primary is tomorrow. AIPAC has spent millions against her. Or it's tomorrow. This is the day after tomorrow. But it means today, too. Like, people can vote today and really should vote today or tomorrow to elect Kat Abughazaleh. But if they can get people to think that Netanyahu's still alive, that AIPAC's going to have power, they can try to keep the AIPAC candidate on track to defeat her. But if it's a headless organization because he's dead, okay. Okay, they killed his brother, right? No one's really disputing that they killed his brother. But they probably killed him because there's not very strong evidence of his existence. I thought they might have killed Ben Gavir too. Is he just injured so badly he can't speak? Okay, Caligula says, now John talks about Antichrist in 1 John, but there's multiple in that context. He's basically saying man that being people who deny the truth are Antichrist before knowing God. There's an entire Knesset. What do you mean headless organization? You don't even know anything about the country. You admit Netanyahu's dead then, don't you? You're like, there's a Knesset. Okay, so maybe he is dead. There's a Knesset. Dude, you're so stupid. The brother is gone. Oh, that was a car crash. Okay. They say it was a car. Sorry. I read that was a car crash, but the man's comment clips. He was a racist piece of shit. But, you know, I guess he's anti-Zionist at least or something. But anyway, clips the racist piece of shit who's anti-Zionist says, the brother is gone. They say it was a car crash. So anyway, he probably got bombed. They probably got blown up. Anyway, at least Netanyahu's probably dead, right? Are you Vitelli? What does that mean? Who is that? Dude, focus. LOL. Prove your curses are the reason why. You can't seem to prove anything. LOL, just cleanse. Dude, curses aren't what caused old Greg Biffle's plane to fall out the sky and kill him and his family. Curses don't cause that. But shit, if you want to take credit for it, just like Trump took credit for Rob Reiner's son killing him. You can take credit for anything you want. Trump took credit for Rob Reiner's son killing him. You know, Trump didn't take credit for killing those schoolgirls in Iran. He didn't take credit for killing the Iranian schoolgirls. He killed the schoolgirls in Iran, but he didn't take credit for it. But he killed them. Okay, Trump killed the schoolgirls. Trump and Hegseth and you guys killed those schoolgirls in Iran. That's what you guys did. You guys killed the schoolgirls in Iran. but you didn't take credit for it. But you killed the schoolgirls in Iran. You killed thousands of other people in Iran so far. You've killed all those people. You killed them, but you didn't take credit for it. But you killed them. But you didn't take credit for it. But you killed them. We all know. Everybody can tell you killed them, but you didn't take credit for it. No, everybody hates Trump. What are you talking about? I'm just talking to. Oh, you're talking to people in the chat. Yeah. Everybody hates Trump. See, fuck Trump. But You put three K's in the fuck. I mean, it's appropriate. It's on brand for his arm brand. Jesus is from the goddess. God is fake. Oh my gosh. That's not what solidarity means. No, dude, I'm just saying the curse is like when they bombed Netanyahu and killed Netanyahu, allegedly, when they bombed Netanyahu and killed Netanyahu, the bomb killed Netanyahu. Iran killed Netanyahu. Justice killed Netanyahu. Like, you know, just all sorts of things killed Netanyahu at that time. Revenge, like justice, justice rained down from above in the form of a bomb. It wasn't like justice itself metaphorically rained down and killed, or, metaphysically rained down and killed Netanyahu. A bomb killed him. Now, if I've been cursing Netanyahu every time you've been in the chat, being a dumbass fucking troll, reminding me to curse you, to curse Netanyahu, to curse Trump, to curse Putin, well, there's one less person I got to curse. My job just got easier. You know what I'm saying? Still cursing you, still cursing Trump, still cursing Putin, but there's no Netanyahu left. There is no Netanyahu. Like, that shit's over with. Allegedly, as far as anyone can tell. Except all the people who are lying to you are therefore like really standing on the hill of lying to you about Netanyahu being dead. Who gives a fuck, right? Great news about Netanyahu being dead. Sorry, I missed the chat for a second. Is Surham back? Sorry, there was a good person in the chat earlier. If they're back, I want to welcome them. But I don't see them. I only see the same old Nazis. Number one trans Polish stream. Thank you. I gotta pin some kind of comment. Okay, DL's a good person. Thank you, DL. I'm sorry, dude. I missed you for a second there. Thanks for being here. If anybody else is a good person, just put a note in the chat. Oh, Dead Man System here. Dead Man System's cool. Hey, speaking of dead men, Netanyahu, alive or dead? Put a 1 in the chat if you think Netanyahu's dead. Put a 2 in the chat if you think Netanyahu's alive. Put a 3 in the chat if you don't know. It's not very hard. Can y'all think of a fourth option that makes sense? Dead Man System's a good person. Yeah, I remember you, dude. Thanks for coming back. Sorry about the Nazis in chat. But seriously, Netanyahu dead, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, Faraz doesn't know. Oh, Faraz is back. Hello, Faraz. Thanks for coming back. Faraz doesn't know if Faraz is probably alive. Dead Man System says hopefully 1. But he's dead, dude. Like, there's no credible evidence of him being alive. I've seen liars and trolls claiming that he's alive, which is, to me, further evidence that he's dead. Liars they lie. They're always lying about shit. In this case, they're lying about Netanyahu being alive. I saw YouTube itself, YouTube was suppressing one of my videos about it. Why do they got to do that? Because they're scared little bitches, So he's probably dead. My opinion, probably dead. Faraz says maybe he is dead, but I feel if he was alive, the war would stop. How so? Because he would have to give up. He would be the one in control to give up, to surrender. Well, how do you think? Let's talk about it. I want the war to stop. If he's alive and being alive will help the war stop, I want to discuss that possibility. I think he's pretty much the one causing the war. So it's kind of like, okay, you caused the war, so you got killed. That's kind of justice. That's kind of like you caused anybody causing wars, for them to get killed is kind of the least that can happen, you know. But it should stop their war. People should stop fighting a war or fighting fake campaigns against real American candidates for APAC. You know, when their leader doesn't exist anymore. That's why Kat Abughazaleh should win. We can all support Kat Abughazaleh. I just think she looks like Lego Willie Scott, but Kat Abughazaleh is the candidate. Hold on, let me show you what Lego Willie Scott looks like anyway. Like that. But Kat Abughazaleh is the candidate. That's who we're supporting. No one is surprising your videos. Your ego is insane. Release those Trumpstein files. Thank you, Jimmy Wilkes. I started calling it the Trumpstein files. You can check Google. If you check Google Trends and put in Trumpstein and see how long people have been saying Trumpstein, I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure you'll find that, you know, in America is where the trend started. And it started a couple of years ago, a year or two ago, and it started in Colorado because that's where I've been trending Trumpstein. Unless Google is only for searches. If Google Trends is only for searches, it might not show that. But if Google Trends is for all uses of a word, you're going to find Colorado is where Trumpstein originated. Because I came up with the term Trumpstein and Trump-Putin Nobody says Trump-Putin yet. And I came up with Donna Kupatinsky. That hasn't really caught on yet either. Donica Putinsky's hilarious. People should call him Donica Putinsky. But that hasn't really caught on yet. You guys could help it catch on. But yeah, I think I came up with Trumpstein files. Oh, I'm sure it had origin. That's not that original, so I'm sure it had lots of origins. You saw a rumor of Netanyahu addressing the rumors that he's dead? Now, like when Mark Twain or somebody, my great uncle Mark Twain did that and said the rumors of his death have been greatly exaggerated or something. That's funny. But when it's an AI trying to dismiss the rumors because you definitely are dead, that's funny in a different way. But thanks, Mark Twain. Thanks to all our ancestors, who I'm sure hate all these fascists, and as all our descendants will hate all these fascists. So, hating fascists runs in the family. Netanyahu is as alive as Khamenei. Suppressing. What's suppressing? Free Israel from Netanyahu. They may have already done that. Yeah, happy birthday to your sister. I mean, hopefully, yes. Israel's suppressing some rando with 19 viewers. No, Israel's suppressing Kat Abughazaleh. Have we not made this point? Kat Abughazaleh, running for Congress. She has viewers, but honestly, the 20 of you, the 20 people that Net and YouTube admits are in this chat, could help her win the race. You could help her defeat AIPAC. It's not hard. You could help save America. 4 people just left, so they wouldn't have the responsibility. Like, I feel like George Carlin in that new movie, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It's a good movie, by the way. Guys, I just need a few people to go over to Kat Abughazaleh's page. Use her content, share her content to other platforms like Fashbook and Twitter and Trump Talk. Comment on her content. Just do the bare minimum and like and comment on her content. Kat Abughazaleh is her name. You can help defeat AIPAC. Today's the day. Instead of being in this live, go to Kat Abughazaleh's page. It's K-A-T is her first name. Kat, K-A-T. Kat Abughazaleh. K-A-T-Abughazaleh. K-A-T. And then her last name is Abughazaleh. A-B-U-G-H-A-Z-A-L-E-H. A-B-U-G-H-A-Z-A-L-E-H. Anyway. The dried Israel suppressing some rando with 19 viewers. No, Israel suppressing Kat Abughazaleh. Why'd you get to leave Russian flags in the chat? If you cursing people start the war, should we unalive you? You should stop that TikTok chat. You're on Net and YouTube now. You can say the words you mean. Faraz says, well, I mean, he is dead, but I know many people inside the Israeli parliament might not want this war. Is Kat also a part of the Church of Judas? Everybody's ultimately a part of the Church of Judas. I have no idea what her religious is. She might be Muslim. I know she's Palestinian American, but I have no idea. I haven't looked into that aspect of her personality. It doesn't have much bearing on her on being a congressman. She'd be the second Palestinian congresswoman, I think, in America. She just got the endorsement of Representative Jayapal, I believe, is the first one who gave her the endorsement today. They announced that. It's like, can you guys endorse a little faster? Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, also endorsed her today. Please comment on the Mark Ruffalo video on Kat Abughazaleh's page. Help it get out to the Marvel Universe. I know some of you guys are nerds, right? Some of you guys like comic books, right? The problem is bigger than one man anyway. Yeah, but having one man, when that man is Netanyahu, removed from the equation. Hambone says, hi, I am Netanyahu, and I'm suppressing your videos on purpose. I'm going trend stream. Do you run an underground fight club? We don't talk about that. We're not talking about my profile. We're not talking about my profile in the chat. We're talking about Kat Abughazaleh, and Kat Abughazaleh, and we're talking about stopping the Iran war because they already killed Netanyahu, and like, what's Trump waiting for? He's a dumbass. What's everybody else waiting for? Why don't they stop Trump already? Why doesn't the Congress remove him already? Flaccarona says he is alive, apparently. He made a fake video mocking people saying he's dead. I mean, good for him if he is. I mean, not good. I mean, bad for us, good for him. Oh, you live in Colorado. That explains a lot. Am I well behind in the chat? You guys got to stop commenting. Let me catch up. Joe Phoenix, who wants me to have sex with his wife, but his wife is imaginary. So how does he know I haven't been having sex with her? Because she's imaginary. Joel Phoenix, who wants me to have sex with his wife, says, ha ha ha, now he's taking credit for Google Trend. Ha, I can't. No, I'm taking credit for I can't said Trumpstein. I called them the Trumpstein files before anybody else called them the Trumpstein files. So if you look up the Google Trend of Trumpstein files, depending on how Google Trends works, you might find that it originated in Colorado. Please confirm. You really think you mean so much to these people? No, I'm just the person who called them the Trumpstein files the most. I also call them Trump Hooteners. I've called them Trump Hooteners for years. Called them Trump Hooteners. I've called you Trump Hooteners for like 5, 6, 7 years. Maybe 10 years. My guy used to have mad views before he said Netanyahu was gone. No, that's not true, dude. I'm actually reporting to people that Netanyahu is most likely dead in order to rage bait the losers and get some content going. In order to tell people to go see Kat Abughazaleh's page. I probably should transition to that. I shouldn't expect any more viewers. I should get ready to shut it down. Mr. Turtle Duck's now wondering if I'm AI. I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Turtle Duck? Do you think I'm AI or not? What if that became the AI? What if that became the thing that AI does to prove that they're human? If anybody asks AI if they're AI, what if they start biting their ring finger, and that's supposed to be their signal that you're not AI? If you bite your ring finger like I just did, which probably nobody else really does, and so it actually becomes a signal that people are AI. What if I started that trend too? Like I started Trump Hooteners or Space Force in the streets, Flat Earth in the sheets. #1 trans nephew of Mark Twain trans stream. Dude, I'm sorry, I got to. Dead Man System says facts. Mr. Trollick says I don't want to. I'm worried about Taiwan, brother. I thought you were worried about my uncle. Okay, let's talk about it, Faraz. I'm worried about Taiwan, brother. I think now that Gaza and Iran and Ukraine each are being bullied by an empire at this new world, Taiwan is next. What do you mean next? They can surrender. There's a real easy thing you can do, and that's called surrender. You can't surrender when they're trying to kill you. I mean, that's different. But if there's an actual goal, like reuniting your countries, just surrender. Why not support somebody else? What's up, Puffin? What's up, Shadowband? It's a beautiful day outside here, too. It's snowing, and it's beautiful. I should probably be outside, but I'm supporting Kat Abughazaleh. I mean, I work in politics and can tell immediately probably not the person you want in politics. You work in politics, but you're not the person anybody would want in politics? Maybe you should get another job. Dead Man says, I don't know if I can vote for her. She's the same age as me, and women my age ain't shit. For the most part. Dude, don't say that. In fact, I would love to meet women your age. We're gonna see what she says. She supports, dude. Yeah, go see Kat Abughazaleh. She supports universal health care. She supports ending the war and genocides. She supports restoring American democracy, defending us against the far right. She's good. You'll like her. Did you hear they're going to arrest Tucker Carlson today? Oh, good. That's hilarious. For what? Interviewing people? Hello, are you a Wookiee? Because I asked because of the flags. Yeah, I'm a Wookiee. Hi, where are you from? I'm from Oz, the future, where there's no money and no war. Currently in America, or USR, I guess. Currently United States of Russia, but we'll get to be America again soon. It sounds like they killed Netanyahu. Not entirely sure. Okay. Alex Tremenda Norte says, "Do you know Ukraine supports Israel and Palestine supports Russia? Is that true? I think Ukraine should support Palestine because they got invaded by superior military force, or not superior, but you know what I'm saying, by a merciless, evil military force. I would think that Ukraine would support Palestine. But if so, that's a very interesting thing. I'll have sex with your wife, Joel Phoenix. Don't worry about it. No, I'm just gonna have sex with Joel Phoenix's imaginary wife because she's imaginary. I mean, as long as she agrees." Oh my gosh, are you an American with a conscience and the ability to critically think? Sorry, yes, nice to meet you. I guess I am American. Yeah, I'm super American actually. The more traitorous Trump Putiners become, the more American I am by contrast. I'm here. Are you still here? Sorry I missed your comment. Sorry it took me so long to get to your comment. Okay. Dead Man System, what the fuck? Faraz says, bro, can you talk more about this goddess that you talk about? Yeah, I just talk about the goddess. Like, Jesus is from the goddess. The real Jesus is from the goddess. That's almost all I need to say. The real Jesus is from the goddess. Jesus is the opposite of the Antichrist Trump. Their God is fake. The goddess is real. The goddess is a lot different, kind of the opposite as their God in a lot of ways. Okay, the Nazis are failing their MO. Great smile, thank you. Dead Man System says, I actually face real systematic racism. I'm sorry. So anyone wants to deal with my real systemic racism from the government, that's who I'd vote for. That's Kat Abughazaleh. Yeah. You dude, please go comment on Kat Abughazaleh's page. Defeat AIPAC. Like, AIPAC is the reason for holding all this systematic oppression. AIPAC supports both candidates from both sides. Every time people say it's both sides, they're really complaining about AIPAC, controlling both sides. And they're putting this racist system in place, or they're, putting it in place, maintaining the racist system that's been in place. So, yeah, the people who challenge it, the progressives, the social, democratic socialists, and Kat Abughazaleh. She's one, Mamdani. But yeah, Kat Abughazaleh, K-A-T. Please go look her up now and comment on her content. That's really why I'm doing this live. And she got Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, supporting her. So you comment on that video. We'll try to boost that one to get it to the Marvel audience and stuff. K-A-T Abughazaleh. Abughazaleh. When is the singing portion of the stream? That was it. Shiny Wizard, we don't have to read your comments. You're a Nazi. You're a Klansman. Politics has something against charities. Scary as hell. It's not healthy. Whatever. Support somebody like that. Something against charities. Just check out Kat Abughazaleh. You'll like her. Most of your chat is gay as fuck. I know. Isn't it awesome? No, I wish it was, really. It's mostly like these repressed gay groper types. I'm trying to understand why you support her and understand your worldview. Just go look at Kat Abughazaleh. They don't believe in the goddess. I know. Who is the goddess? The goddess. Mother Nature and everything. Gaia, the goddess. The goddess is all the goddesses. The real divinity of all types is the goddess. Who's the goddess? The goddess. Okay, we're going to shut it down pretty soon, though, I think. I don't know, unless we get people, or interesting people still here. Faraz is here. Faraz is awesome. Dead Man System is good, too. Okay, dude, what do you mean Jesus is from the goddess? What's the basis for that claim? Church of Judas, Gospel of Judas. Check out the hashtag Church of Judas. I do a lot of content about it. Jesus has a secret conversation with Judas because Judas recognizes that he's from the goddess. He tells Judas what he's going to do. He asks Judas to do what he does in order to be set outside of Christianity, which is going to be allowed to be a trap corrupted by patriarchy. And then Judas comes back now and replaces Christianity. Oh, the wife of Yahweh, Ashra. No, I don't know if Yahweh seems to be a fake god. Most churches in America teach which Jesus. I'm the only church that teaches the goddess Jesus. The other ones, mostly the church. I don't know. Some churches teach a real Jesus, kind of, but they're the radical left churches. They're the woke churches, and maybe like some to some extent, like the liberation theology churches, South American churches, black churches, lots of churches. But the Gospel of Judas says that Church of Judas is going to replace all their churches. So all of those have enough, And besides, once it replaces all the other churches, then all the churches unite in the in the Church of Judas. Okay, I looked her up. I'm going to read through what she says. Great. Just watch her content and stuff. She's awesome, dude. You'll love her. Please comment. It's today. Like, we have to support her today and tomorrow. These are the only last 2 days of early voting. And then election day is St. Patrick's Day, for one thing. That makes it hard to get people to vote on St. Patrick's Day. So get them to vote early. And they might, Tallarico her. They might try to do that. Kurt, that's cool. You're a furry shadow man. What's your fursona? Nobody supports Trump. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Wicca. I'm not that type of witch, but I know enough about Wicca. Why? Um, you are awesome as well. Thank you, Faraz. Somebody get the oil. I think they're trying to make a witch burning thing. See, Trump's always whining about witch hunts, but a real witch hunt, is not something he would want. Oh, he says just because you wear the tail doesn't make you a furry. So it's Gnostic stuff. Yeah, it pretty much is the origin of the Gnostic stuff. But the people kind of miss the origin of it, the Judas part. Because the Judas stuff was kept secret for 2,000 years, and then it was revealed in 2006. Yeah, all the churches are wrong, Deadman System. You said, I disagree, brother. I go to all churches. I think they're all wrong. Well, yeah, they're all wrong, but some are wronger than others. I've been to those. I mean, even within Catholicism, I'm sure some of the churches are better than others, but Catholicism itself is, fairly antichrist. I mean, it's all fairly antichrist. Anything that supports or allow like Trumpism is antichrist. I've been to those Latin American liberation theology churches. They're the worst. Oh, Emir says, yes, I'm still here, all the way from the west coast of Ireland. Oh, cool. We have ties to Palestine. Yeah, thank you. You guys are awesome in Ireland. Solidarity. So I have something called the Fairy Liberation Front. These are my hashtags I want you to check out if you don't mind. Check out Kat Abughazaleh first and foremost. That's the most important thing. I don't really have anything Kat Abughazaleh related, but I have my book, Lessons from Cats for Surviving Fascism by Stuart Biddlestar Reynolds, which was really good. Prayer oil. Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks, appreciate that. Yes, I'm still here, all the way from the west coast of Ireland. We have ties to Palestine. I was involved in raising funds for Global Samud Flotilla. See, look, we have a real hero in the chat. I've attacked military companies that help Israel. Thank you so much. I think Netanyahu's dead. I do think they killed Netanyahu. And just to let you know, when we die, there's nothing. We're simply worm food. I think they killed Netanyahu, but the goddess is real, like God, like the God of patriarchy and stuff. That's all fake and bullshit. But the goddess is real. Like the reason they have that God is to distract people and divert people from the goddess. Kind of like the reason they have Wicked is to distract people from the real Oz, or the reason they have MAGA is to distract and divert people from the real America. So we got a 6-7er in the chat. Yeah, there's plenty after you die. But do appreciate you supporting the Global Samud and Irish support of Palestine, and support Kat Abughazaleh, please. So let me just focus on that, and then I'll probably shut it down. Kat Abughazaleh is KatAbughazaleh. And she'll help us stop war. She'll help us stop the genocide. She'll help us save democracy. She'll help us defeat AIPAC, which really stands for all those things. Defeating AIPAC stands for all those things. Mark Ruffalo's recently supported her in a video. It's pretty close to the top of her page. He's the Hulk. So I'm like, Avengers Assemble. Let's comment on that video. Get that video out there to the Marvel Universe audience. We got to do it today. So right after this live, please go to Kat Abughazaleh, KatAbughazaleh. She's Palestinian American. She's for universal health care, groceries. Shut the fuck up. I've been singing Sophie Powers' song. Yeah, she's cute too. She looks kind of like Lego Willie Scott, but like, yeah, but she's got great ideas. She's done a lot of great stuff. She's been a reporter reporting on the alt right. She's been a union representative. She did a great comedy set, just to promote her campaign. That's one of her recent videos, her stand up comedy. I don't think she's a stand up comedian, but she did a great comedy set. So, anyway, thank y'all for checking out Kat Abughazaleh. Thank y'all for listening to me. And yeah, just give her some support today, because today and tomorrow are the last days of early voting. So, try to support her as much as you can. I got to go to work, but try to support her as much as you can. And remix her videos, share her videos to the other platforms, comment on them. One comment from you can probably overcome like hundreds of dollars of APAC money they spent against her. So you're defeating APAC just by commenting on her content. Thank y'all for being here. Did I miss any comments, KX? Oh, stop saying that. Saying what? Uh, they don't believe in the goddess. Most of your chat is gay. Most of my chat might be hiding the fact that they're gay, because that seems to be where a lot of fascism comes from. But being gay would be great if you're gay. So everybody being who they really are, and getting other people who agree with them and can, have fun with them is really important. So thank y'all for being here. It's been fun to have you guys here. And please check out Kat Abughazaleh's channel and support her content and help get peace in the world. We should be glad that it's got to come to an end, and hopefully it'll come to an end with as soon as possible, with less people dying. But if we just talk about it and stop the wars, point out that some of their leaders are probably dead, and they're removing Trump soon. They have to remove Trump soon. So let's all cheer for that and help it happen, and promote it, and promote Kat Abughazaleh to defeat APAC today. Thank you. That's one more image of Lego Willie Scott, who I think looks like Kat Abughazaleh. All right, thanks. Y'all have a good one. Bless you too. Goddess bless you all, and see you soon. Goddess bless you. Mary bless you. Mary bless you. Mary bless you. Jesus bless you. Judas bless you. I bless you, and bless yourself.